Hello guys, welcome to this HTML crash course. Firstly, I would like to know that this particular HTML course or lesson is an extract from the front-end starter course, which is at the moment currently on a break, but the lesson will soon be available on Udemy as a course once I finish adding all the additional content and lessons that I think would be beneficial for you. And also, if you haven't checked out the first part of this course I released on YouTube, which is the introductory aspect, you really need to check it out. I will advise you to do that because in it I explain different aspects of web development and a whole host of things that is going to help your journey as a web developer. And so in this lesson, I'm going to be introducing you to HTML. So what exactly is HTML and what is HTML about? So let's dive into it. What is HTML? Now, HTML, which also stands for Hypertext Markup Language, is the code that is used to structure a web page and its content. So it is the first language and the fundamentals of web development. Now, let's say, for example, you need to create paragraphs, or you need to create bullets, or you need to add an image or tables into your web browser, into your document. Now you're going to make use of HTML to show that, to structure everything. Now in summary, HTML is basically for structure. It gives your content structure. Okay, so what HTML is not, HTML is not a programming language. Now it has no logic, it does not have any conditional statement. As a web developer, you're going to need more in your tech skills, but HTML is where you begin from. HTML is your starting point. Now HTML are made up of HTML elements. They are the building blocks of HTML, and then HTML elements are made up of opening tags, closing tags, and the content in between them. Now let's take this for example. Now we have a paragraph element right here. Now this first part is the HTML opening tag, and the second part is the closing tag. Okay, and while this is a paragraph, this sentence in between is the content. Now together they all make up the HTML element. Now HTML also have empty elements that does not have content. Now you can hear of things such as self-closing tags. They basically are referring to HTML empty elements. Now this is an example. We have an image element right here. So you see it does not have a opening tag and a closing tag, and then it's called an HTML empty element. Now, another thing you need to know before we continue is HTML can also have attributes that look something like this. Now, we have the paragraph, and it has a class which is equal to p1. Now, this class is also called the HTML attributes. Okay, let's take a look at the anatomy of an HTML document. Now, all HTML documents have a specific structure which they must follow. Okay, so the first is the doc type HTML declaration. Okay, this doc type HTML right here just tells the web browser that, hey, this is an HTML document and this is an HTML5 document. Don't worry, we're going to dive in more into it later on. And then we have the HTML elements, which is this starting here and closing here. Now that's the root element. Now inside of it we have the head, which starts here and ends here. The head contains meta information about the particular web page, and then we have the body, which starts here and ends here. Now every other thing that shows up inside of your web browser is going to be contained inside of your body elements. Alright guys, now we're going to install Visual Studio Code, which is going to be our code editor of choice. Now you can write your code using something like Notepad, or maybe Notepad++, or other code editors such as Sublime Text, Atom, etc. But Visual Studio Code is free, easy to use, and has tons of features and extension that is going to help you out and make your life way much easier. So I'm going to show you how to download, install, and set up Visual Studio Code so that from here on we can have a smooth sailing. Okay, so I'm right here at code.visualstudio.com, and all I just have to do is click on download for Windows. Okay, let's do that right now. Okay, and it should automatically start downloading. Okay, we can see it right here. Okay, downloading. Okay, so I have my download right here completed. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I can click right here directly to open the file, which should bring in the installation wizard. Okay, as you can see, I have Visual Studio Code already installed here, but I'm still going to continue with the installation just to walk you through the process. All right, the first thing I want to do is accept. I accept the agreement, then next, then next. Now, very important. I want you to make sure you add this. Add open with code to the Window Explorer file context menu, and this just tick all the options that we have here. Okay, and then next, and then click on install. All right, so we're going to watch it install onto the system. Okay, we're done. So I'm just going to finish and launch. Okay, so I have Visual Studio Code open right here. Now there's just one thing I would need you to do before we end this particular lesson. Now I need you to go to extensions, click on extensions. Now I need you to search for live server. Alright, this one right here, click on it. Yeah, created by Retweet Day. This is exactly the one. I want you to click on install. I already have it installed right here, so that's why I'm not seeing the install button. So once you've done that, now you are all set up. In the next lesson, we're going to look at HTML inside of the web browser. I'll see you in the next lesson.